Welcome back to Toledo's most local, most watched 9 a.m. show, Good Day. A question to ponder this morning. Is religion funny? Are pastors funny? Are priests funny? Should they be funny? Well, two people who can answer that question this morning, Nora Dabrowski of Jesuit Friends and Alumni, and Karl, Ertle, the president of Toledo's St. John's Jesuit High School. Thanks for being here today, folks. Appreciate it. So this is a fun event coming up a week from tomorrow. What's happening?
So we have Jesuit Friends and Alumni Network are hosting an event at Maumee Bay Brewing. This is our second JFan event here in Toledo, and we're welcoming Father Jake Martin, who is one of our Midwest Jesuits. And before he became a Jesuit, he was a stand-up comedian and a writer for Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
And so he uses the gift of his comedy to share his spirituality and the fact that life is still pretty darn funny, even when you're a Jesuit. So.
He's got jokes. He knows how to feel out of room and deliver a good show. So tell me, maybe answer one of those questions. It's okay for pastors and Jesuits to be funny.
It really is.
Yeah.
And obviously we just lost our great Pope Francis, who was our first Jesuit Pope. And the joy that he brought, the love, the mirth. My favorite video on him was a YouTube video. It had no words. It was just images of the way that he'd kick a soccer ball, he'd ride a motorcycle, he'd hug the little kids. And to see that, yeah, he brought joy and love of Jesus alive.
And lots of laughter. That just, it fills us up. So this should be a fun event. But tell us a little bit more about the network, about the group and what you all do.
So sure, Jesuit Friends and Alumni Network, like I said, is a way for us to gather, share our connection through the Jesuits, which is amazing. For any of us who have gone to Jesuit schools or have grown up in a Jesuit school or parish, that connection is pretty incredible. We all sort of share the wonderful Ignatian spirituality and charism of being men and women for others. So that's pretty great. Internationally, Jesuit alumni, they don't have traditional alumni groups at their universities like we do, so they have the World Union of Jesuit Alumni. Well, in the U.S., we have to do a little bit different. We're JFan because we have so many incredible schools with great alumni groups like St. John's Jesuit, and we're so lucky that we're able to gather people. We have 18 groups in the United States, and so if you're here visiting in Toledo and you go back home and you want to see if there's a JFan group in your state, go to jfanusa.org, and you can find great events, whether it's a luncheon or an incredible night out like this with Father Jake Martin and Father Brian Lehane.
So this could be an opportunity for folks who haven't joined the network yet.
Absolutely.
To be like, oh, I got to get with my people.
Absolutely.
Anyone who's been at Georgetown or Marquette or any of the Jesuit universities, certainly St. John's Jesuit and the other high schools, they're all welcome, and it's a great way to build community.
What can we expect during the course of this evening? Kind of take us through it.
So this is a great evening. It starts out with the opportunity to have some cocktails and great hors d'oeuvres and visit with our Jesuit Friends and Alumni. And then we're going to have a stand-up set from Father Jake Martin. He does a great show. It's incredible opportunity to find a good laugh in your heart and enjoy your Jesuit connection. And then Father Brian Lehane, who's a teacher at St. John's Jesuit, knows Father Jake from their time coming up as Jesuits together, and he'll do a little fun Q&A with him. And then we'll have a little bit more time in the evening to hang out and network with each other. Karl just saw Father Brian Lehane this morning, and he shared some sort of fun stories on Father Jake Martin that might get people maybe a little more interested in joining us.
There's some good data on him, some good, almost Jesuit dirt, I guess, if you're allowed to say that.
Okay.
But he helped form him and teach him as he was coming up as a Jesuit, and got to know him very well. Wow. He's classically trained in film, but he really is a trained comedian. And it's not just religious humor, it's a little poke at politics and other fun things. And I've not seen it myself, so I'm really looking forward to seeing him, but I know many friends who have, and our kids are going to go. We have some students who will be attending too.
And it does sound like an event where you can, different age groups, maybe not the little ones, but teenagers.
It's a tiny bit of reverence, so I would probably say high school kids would be our lower end group on our age. But yeah, we see people of every age group joining in this great opportunity because I don't think comedy has any age. So
no, everybody needs a good laugh every now and again, a good belly laugh too, I think. So this is next Wednesday, Maumee Bay Brewing. How can people go about getting tickets, getting connected, all that good stuff?
So if you go to jfanusa.org, choose Toledo in the cities, you'll see our ability to register right there. And so Currently, we will also still plan to do tickets at the door, but I always encourage people to register just in case. A great opportunity to gather on your show, Amanda, generates a lot, and we might reach capacity. But the opportunity to register at jfanusa.org under Cities Toledo, and you'll see all the information right there.
Great night out for folks in the area, yeah?
And our students are all over the country right now on their trips, and then we have seniors doing their senior experience. Some are even coming back for this to be able to join it and represent the school.
They don't want to miss out. No, thanks for being here today, folks.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us,
Thank you
Amanda.
so much.
Yep. We'll be right back with some more Good Day right after the break.